Hello everyone, this is Matthew, aka the Nucleus Cyborg. Today is October 20th and it is currently 2:16 p.m. in the afternoon. How's everybody doing today? I hope wherever you are, you're having an awesome day. It is beautiful here in Kentucky, I just got back from church, well, a couple of hours ago, but still got back from church today, so I thank God for that. It's a beautiful day outside. The weather always does wonders. Well, can do wonders for my for how I feel throughout the day. So I hope everybody is having a good day. I just wanted to get up here and give you all an update. If anybody has been following my recent videos, where I have been posting about building the Legend of Zelda Deku Tree, I will tell you right from the start, right from this get go here, I've thrown in the towel. I can't do it. If you saw my last video, I posted where I had built the skeleton, the infrastructure, or however you want to call it, whatever term you want to use, that is needed for both versions of the tree. You were able to build the Deku Tree from the Ocarina of Time, how you saw him there, just before he died or passed away in the Ocarina of Time, or you could build the one that you saw in the Breath of the Wild and the Tears of the Kingdom. So either version you could build, but they both needed the infrastructure, the skeleton, the same basic skeleton to build either version. I was going to build the first one from the Ocarina of Time. That's where I first saw him, unless you want to make the argument or theorize about how in the very first game, the very first dungeon was the first time we saw the Deku Tree. That's another topic entirely. But as I said, I've thrown in the towel. I couldn't figure out. To this point, there was three instances. This was my let me tell you, this was my very first major Lego project. 2,500 pieces. I had never done a Lego project that big before. So it was really bad that this was my first experience, and to this date here, there was three instances that I had pieces missing. The first time, this is my first project, I didn't know that you could order parts from the website itself. I went to the Lego store, at my local mall where I originally purchased it in early September, to start, because I saw somebody that I think it was the YouTube channel Zeltic. Excuse me. The YouTube channel is Zeltic. I believe it was him that months ago mentioned on his channel about the Lego set that was coming out for the Deku Tree. So, again, but not knowing, I went to the store to ask or inquire about it, and they, that's where I learned that you could purchase, or well, not purchase, but request parts to be sent to you. And so, but the very first time there was a great person, a great employee at the Lego store, and this is another part where I couldn't quite understand. I couldn't wrap my I can't wrap my head around it. The Lego set, it was on display. The Deku Tree was on display. So obviously somebody had built it. Either somebody at the store. Somebody had built the Deku Tree up, for display in their display case. So she took it out and she broke it down. What the piece gave me the pieces I needed that first time. But like I said, but just keep in mind, somebody had already built it. I don't know if it was an employee. I don't know if it was someone in the company. I don't know. But like I said, it was built. Somebody had built it. I don't know how they did it, because when I tried to do it, I got to a part. I started. I believe it was bags 1 through 9 that it was just a single bag. And then when I got to the part where I switched from, choosing the Deku Tree, which version you wanted to build, then it was 3 bags at once. And so it was going to take a little bit while longer. And you were not actually built, you had the base that you were building onto the Deku Tree. You were building the Deku Tree up, the structure up. But then so it kind of swapped for the next the next 3 bags, where you were building pieces. You had the little individual Lego pieces, and you were building a part to put onto the Deku Tree. So you weren't building the Deku Tree up; you were building stuff to put onto it. So, but the thing is, my problem was that I'm putting the piece on with one hand or 2 hands. It's the base is going to move. So you gotta have to. What I had to do is I kind of got it into place and then tried to, with one hand holding it down with one hand and trying to, get the other piece on the piece that I made onto the Deku Tree. It's just it baffles me that the pieces that you put on there, they can be so fragile sometimes. I mean, it's not that the pieces themselves break, but what you've built comes apart. I said on the base you had numerous floral decorations, and so I would nudge those, and those would come off, so I'd have to put those back on. And then this last piece that I was trying to put on, kind of like his eyebrows, I suppose, in the original Lord of the Rings, the original Ocarina of Time. They were like his eyebrows that they were trying to put on. I couldn't get them into place, and when I tried, like I said, pieces kept falling off. I was holding, one section to try to hold the whole Deku Tree and base in place, so it didn't move when I tried to put something else up on there, and then but that would knock pieces off. I don't know how many times. I would say at least a dozen times I had to stop, and I had to flip back through the booklet, to find out where those pieces went, so I could put them back on, and then move back forward to where I was. It was just crazy. And sometimes I would get so frustrated that I am so surprised that I did not take a bat to this thing and just tear it to pieces. It was so frustrating. It's amazing. And actually, I just sent a few days ago for another piece. So that's the third time I've requested missing pieces, and I guess it's really no point at this time. I've thrown in the towel. I can't figure this out. It just keeps falling apart. I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's like I can't put it together because it keeps falling apart. This morning, and then also too, the surface here, right here where my computer is, where I'm recording this, my desk, and it's a pretty big desk. 2 people could use this desk. That's how big it is. I could slide over here. I could use this end. Somebody could be over here, using this end. Or maybe you could even have 3 people working on here. Over here, over here, over here. Somebody, people just writing or even using out there. I could probably fit 3 laptops, right here. 3 laptops on here, and people could be working. Yes, where I'm sitting at here, in the middle of the desk, there is a place for your legs and all that stuff. So there's not one on either side here. So you would have, those people would have to kind of be hunched over or maybe draw their legs up and have them crossed or something like that. But this is a pretty big desk. But still, I had the individual pieces which I had taken smaller dish sets, or just to pop them in there, just to keep them together from out of the bag. And then there was the pieces that had been built already that were on the desk. They were taking a lot of room. And for other things that I wanted to do, I try to take some time out of each day to journal, what's going on, what's happening today, how did the day go, and all that stuff, and write down in my journal. And here I'm sitting in my chair, sitting at my desk, and this is how you would normally write or work on the computer. I couldn't do that. On either side here, you see the lightsabers here. So on the opposite side, imagine on the opposite side, I do have 2 chairs here, for anybody that ever does visit in my office here. But it's I can use them. Like I just mentioned, this is a pretty big desk, and I did that for a long time, but I just could, I want to be able to use the regular portion of the desk. That's what it's for. And so this Deku Tree, I wanted to. I don't like to quit. I really don't. I don't like to quit. I kept on it for so long. I cannot describe how long I kept this up, and I really tried to make it work. But those eyebrows that I mentioned earlier, they didn't seem to fit into place. That was another thing. These pieces, they didn't. I followed the booklet that came with it to the letter. I was looking at every picture, how every piece fit. And so when I went to try to put on these eyebrows, they wouldn't fit. And I tried to use tape to tape the back and try to place them on there. They did fit, but the last 2 nights, I come back into my office and they had fallen off. So I was thinking about buying glue or something like that to try that and see if those would hold them in place better. But this morning when I was trying, again last night, yesterday when I was working on it, and so pieces started to fall off, and I finally gave up that day and said, well, I'll try to fix it tomorrow. And I came back in this morning trying to fix it, put those, and then more pieces fell off. And so I keep having to go back. This is, I would say at least 2 dozen times I've had to go back and fix the thing before I can actually move forward with it. It's to me, it's just not worth the effort. I really wanted it to. I got, I work from home, and so I have a lot of time here at home, and I just wanted a hobby that was enjoyable. Didn't take too long, but didn't wasn't done in 24 hours or maybe in a week, maybe even a week. And of course I play video games, but as something that I could actually show to somebody, like a craft, or this is what I do. I make these Lego sets, but for in my spare time. But it didn't work out that way. And like I said, if anybody had been watching, I think the last video, Deku Tree video, only had 17 views. So I didn't think many people watching. Many people, I don't think I've ever gotten a comment. So I don't know if anybody actually cared, but what I was doing. But I've been a big Zelda fan ever since I was a kid. I remember growing up, the second Nintendo system that came out, the Super NES. That's when I had the very first Zelda game. Played the very first my very first Zelda game, the Link to the Past. And so then after I found out that there were other games, I went back to the regular Nintendo and played Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. But I tried. I'm a big Zelda fan, as you saw. I got the shirt. This limited edition shirt. They can be found on eBay, but I can't find this on Amazon, and so yeah, that's it, man. If anybody else was building this and is building this, if you're from Kentucky here, or if you're watching from somewhere else in America, in the United States, Comment down below. Tell me if you were able to get this together and how long it took you. If you ever got so frustrated that you just felt like bashing this thing into the ground. On that, I did not. Today I did clean it out. The individual Lego pieces that I still had in those little bowls that I brought up. I had the original box and the envelope that the booklet came in, so I put the booklet in the envelope, resealed that envelope, put the envelope in there with the rest of the sealed plastic bags that hadn't been used yet, and then just took those other individual pieces, just dumped them into the box, and then then place that big box where all the pieces were in my closet in a section where there was space, and then I carried each piece. I had the Blink's treehouse. I did get that built, and then I got the this portion of the part was it was the section in the video game, the Breath of the Wild and the Tears of the Kingdom, where you act, well, not Tears of the Kingdom, but Breath of the Wild, because you got Tears of the Kingdom and you get the Master Sword from the dragon, and then Breath of the Wild, when you actually go into the forest and you find the Master Sword in the pedestal. So I had that built, the portion of the forest that was the pedestal where the Master Sword rested. I had that built, and the structure, the beginning of the structure where I had the Deku Tree. I didn't break them down. They're still up there. They're still there. I don't know if I ever bring it. Maybe I'll bring it out one day when I'm really bored, and try it again. I don't know. I really don't know. This portion, like I said, I've mentioned already that I just don't think it's worth it. It's amazing to me how some of the Lego pieces, they fit on so easily. Other ones they have to kind of like press into place, and then some of them they don't stay in place. And then here's another thing that baffled me is, like, if you put a piece in like just a little out of place, and then you're trying to get that piece back off so you can place it in its rightful place. Getting that piece off, I'm like, come on, get off. Like I said, some pieces they come off so easy, and other ones you have to feel like you have to take a sledgehammer to it. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm heading on 20 minutes here. I just wanted to let y'all know that I've thrown in the towel. If anybody was following along, anybody cared about that, but like I said, I had originally planned to do that as, like I said, making this a hobby. I was going to do go into the shop, to the Lego store when I was done with this. I was going to look at maybe, because I remember back in early September when I was waiting in line for the Deku Tree, some people were there for some kind of Harry Potter set. There's that big Star Destroyer, Star Wars you can build. I think the Death Star that you can build, and other sets. I was going to do that. I even cleared a portion off. Coming up my stairs, there's a little bottom floor. You have a closet, and so then you walk up the stairs, and there's that top of the closet, and it's hard. Like, I don't know if you would call it tile, but it's hard. It's a hard surface, and I even cleared that off. This is where I was going to display all the Lego sets that I built. But not going to happen now. Anyway, like I said, I'm approaching 20 minutes, and like I said, I just want to get off here and maybe play some video games and relax. And but if anybody cares, just like, comment, subscribe down below. I'd appreciate it, and thank you for listening to me ramble on for about 20 minutes now. So thank you much for watching. I hope you have a good day, have a good day, had a good day, are having a good day, and the rest of it. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, sort of thing. Thank you for watching. Bye.